Welcome to SatView. How to show differences on between your assignments and how to highlight the effect of your schemes. Okay, what we've got here is two big networks where we changed one tiny little thing in Lambeth Bridge here. So I'm just going to zoom into that area so you can see where it is. It's about here. So to my experience, this scheme is actually not a scheme. We're testing an emergency roadworks on Lambeth Bridge and seeing how only allowing buses across is going to affect the whole street network around here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit further, and so the first thing we can do is we can actually rename these ones. So I can say open, bridge open, and enter, and then it says open over here, and I can say my scheme closed. So I've got the open and the closed scheme. I can go and create the bands. Start looking here immediately. We can load some data. So I'll load some data bundles. I'll look at the quick results, and it shows me here that I've got the actual flow. So I'm just going to take actual flow. That's the only thing I'm going to want to look at, and I say accept that. Okay, so that's my actual flow in the open network and the closed network. If I wanted to do differences, so I'm going to click here and say it's going to be let me see, I'm saying it's going to be open minus closed, so 2 minus 1, open minus closed, and here we go. You can see what the differences are. The first thing I will do is that I will go in and say in the definition query, we're going to look at absolute numbers, and we're going to say we want the minimum number to be 1, and the relative differences, we're going to say we'll have 1%, at least 1% difference between the two networks before we want to see it. Okay, we can go into the labels. I want to round my labels to the nearest 5, and I'm going to say the lowest value to be shown as a label is going to be 10, and then I'm going to look at the limiting the data set. I'm going to say I want to see just links in the visible area, and I don't want to see any similar. The values might be different. So now if I say I don't want to look at the simulation turns, I'm not interested in that in this particular plot, I get to wait for a short while, and here's ready. So the last thing I've got to do is I've got to look at the legend. So I'm clicking on the legend and I say, can you refresh the legend please? There it is. It says legend difference plot, open minus closed, open minus closed, so it's positive or negative. I'm going to say here Lambeth Bridge emergency closure. Okay, so that's nice. I think with this I'm ready to go. You can always, if your screen is too small, you can always close here, and then as you make it smaller or bigger, it sizes nicely. Okay, I'm going to say create bands, and then there's a few bands that's being created here, so it will take a while for it to process. And while it's taking its time, it is actually, well, it's actually not taking that long. So now we got the bands here. It's still a bit confused, this map, I think. So I'm going to switch it over to aerial, and then I'm going to go in and switch all my links and nodes and everything except for the bands. I'm going to switch that off. So there we go. There we have it. What you can see here is you can see the bands where there's more traffic in the open situation than in the closed. So that is completely fair. Lambeth Bridge, when it's open, has more traffic than when it's closed. Up here, you can see that this bridge up here has got more traffic when Lambeth Bridge is closed than when it's open, and that's also expected. The white shows the total amount of traffic, and the colored area shows the difference. So the shared value is the white. If you don't want to see that, because you don't need to see what the total volume is, then you can just go into your create bands and you can switch off the shared part, and I'll show you how to do that. Now when I open my shared map, my create bands, it takes a little while to do because it has got to recalculate the statistics. I'll tick this one off so that it doesn't show anymore, and then I'll just go into the legend and see what it shows if I say refresh legend, and this seems to work. Okay, this map is now ready. I'm really happy with it. I just want to change the color ever so slightly, and here we go. So that's it. Let's see what. So we've got a quite nice map showing the differences. I can click the opacity, then zoom in a little bit or out a bit. It should take effect. Yeah, it does. Okay, so what I can see is that I still got labels, and I'm not really interested in all these small labels out here. So I think what I ought to do with these ones is that I ought to switch them off. Also, I can see if I switch the user links on, then I can see where the links actually are in the model. We can see there's stick diagram links here. If I had a GIS file, I could open it, and I think I've got one because I made one earlier. So I'm going to say apply from GIS file, and let's just go into here where it's automatically saved it. So I'm going to load this bendy card and say open, and I'm just going to apply it to the links in the visible area, or actually the full network. It's not such a big GIS file, so I can do that for this one. I'll say apply GIS, and it's now gone and applied them. Now it's rebuilding the spatial indexes so that searching and displaying the network will be fast from after this event. Because the network is so big, it takes a short while to actually get ready. Applied, that is that the bendy links are bendy, but the buffers are still straight, so we will have to go in and recreate the bands. So this is the very last time I'll do this, and I'm very happy that I've got this chance to do it, because I don't like the color scheme that I've chosen. And when it's closed, it should be red. So and I think it should be blue, and then I can reverse the colors just by doing this. And there was that label thing that I wanted to say, that I didn't want to see the labels if they were lower than 50. And I think this really is all. So I'm going to recreate the bands. I'm still just showing the bands that are in view. It should be ready now. Here we are. So blue is the values when it's open, and red is the values when it's closed, or when they're positive difference, negative difference. Okay, and that really probably concludes my show. I think you can copy this map to clipboard, you can put it into Word or PowerPoint or any report you like, as long as you remember to have the copyrights down in this corner. Okay, and let's see. You can also export this to shapefile. That will export all the bands that you created into a shapefile. You can open that in ArcGIS or MapInfo or your preferred GIS. And I think the only thing I've got left now is to save my session, and I'm going to save it as Lambeth Bridge differences, and I'm going to save it. Say save. It already exists. Do you want to save it? Yes, I do. So next time I open SatView, I can go into exactly this view. Thank you for listening, and enjoy.